Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and other genders that are watching this video. This is Jackson here with EGB, your Extreme Gamer Bros, talking to you about E3 2013 that happened early this week with a bunch of stuff such as information about the console war between the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and talking about a bunch of cool trailers and information that came out. So let's start with the console war between Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So I'm just going to talk about the Xbox One first, and then I'll move on to the PlayStation 4. So first of all, the Xbox One looks like a VCR. That shouldn't really be a biased opinion of the thing, but, I mean, it's pretty big. Doesn't really look entertaining enough to me. Not that appealing, so that's one thing I don't care about it. It also has this thing called the always on feature. I'm not sure if you've heard about that, but that means that you always have to be online, connected to the internet in order to play a game. And I'm guessing that you always have to have Xbox Live to be connected to the internet or something. So that's $60 a year, or like $30 for 3 months. So I'm not really looking forward to that if anybody gets that. Another thing, they always have this, thing called the 24-hour check-in period, where if you don't check in 24 hours or something, they'll log you off or something. I have no idea what that is, but I just thought that was interesting. Another thing, they have this Kinect camera, which is continuing from the Xbox 360 Kinect, as you might have heard, but it also has this voice communication thing, where you can talk to your Xbox pretty much and say, like, Xbox home. But I kind of fear that this will be like Siri or any other talking thing, where if you say Xbox Home, it'll say playing video or something like that. And finally, the price for the Xbox One is $499, which is about $500, which is pretty expensive in my opinion. I mean, it's about $500,000. And if you look at it like that, I don't think a lot of people will just have that lying around. I mean, it's not coming out for a couple months, but still, that's just a little too high in my opinion. Next, PlayStation 4. First of all, it looks like an eraser. Pretty interesting. I saw a funny picture on Facebook the other day that said, looks like an eraser, so it can erase my memory about the Xbox One, and that made me laugh. What else? They kind of talked about how they are completely the opposite, basically, of Xbox One, where they're never going to be always on, where you can play your games without connecting to the internet, and there is no 24-hour check-in, which I think is fantastic. But some of the big things they talked about was that they are pro-used games, and by that they mean that you have when you buy a PlayStation 4 game, you have the right to do whatever the heck you want with it. You can keep it for life, you can sell it back to the retailer, you can blend it to a friend or sell it to a friend. You do whatever the heck you want. You have the complete rights to that game, which I am really happy about. Next, they also talked about the PlayStation Plus rewards, which is about $5 a month. And if you have a PlayStation Plus account, then you actually have the ability to get a free game called Drive Club, which looks super cool, by the way. I think it's the only game that I know that's using the PlayStation 4's complete potential with the game. Also, they talked about how they're going to have about 140 games coming out in the first year of the PlayStation 4, which is pretty cool, and 40 of those games are going to be PlayStation exclusive. So by exclusive, I mean games such as Uncharted or Ratchet & Clank or God of War, some games like that. So that's pretty interesting. Finally, the price for it is $399. Again, it's a little high, but it's less than the PlayStation 3 was originally, and like $100 less than the Xbox One. So personally, I think the PlayStation 4 won this war between the consoles. So that's the console part. And next, I'm going to talk about some of the games. At E3, they showed a brand new trailer for Halo, and I was psyched for this. But something that I found very disappointing was because they showed it at the Xbox One promotion thing. I'm thinking that it's going to be only for the Xbox One and not for the Xbox 360. So I'm kind of disappointed about that. But who knows, it might be available for the Xbox 360. If so, I'm definitely going to get it because I'm a big Halo fan ever since, really, Halo Combat Evolved. So that's pretty cool. Something funny though about the trailer is that, in my opinion, it looked like Journey at first, where you could see Master Chief. He's in that cloak. He's walking in the desert up a mountain, kind of like Journey. So it made me chuckle. I thought, wait, is Journey coming to the Xbox One? And it's looking a lot more realistic. So, and the music kind of sounds the same. I mean, they're both really good soundtracks. So, but they're very similar in a way. But it just made me chuckle. Next, Bungie released another trailer for Destiny, which is a multi-platformer game. Super psyched about this. The trailer was really cool, and something that I noticed though is that it kind of had Halo-like features in it, where they dropped down a Phantom, and they had a Wraith come out, and they're probably not called Phantoms and Wraiths anymore because that's Halo, but it looked like those things, and I just chuckled when I saw that because, I mean, it's kind of like they're having the old Halo stuff in Destiny, but I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's just funny. Another thing that's kind of about is the 3 different choices that you have for the classes. I understand that they're going to be different races, but these classes are very different. They're depending on like what you get to use as weapons, what abilities you have. The 3 classes are the Warlocks, which is basically the magician type person, the Hunters, which is a sniper, the Titans, which is kind of that guy that knows how to use any type of gun. And if you play Borderlands 2 or Borderlands 1, then you might know that these people look very familiar. For instance, the Warlocks could be sirens, like the whatever Maya, I think her name is, lifts people up with her sphere. The Hunters could be that Mordecai, that's his name, the sniper guy with the Falcon, where he's amazing with snipers. And then the Titans could be basically a soldier or commando type of guy, where he knows how to use any type of gun. But still, it looks very interesting. Destiny kind of said, or Bungie said, that Destiny is going to have RPG-like qualities. It's a first-person shooter, but they're not quite calling it an MMO, but they kind of are moving it towards that direction. So that kind of makes me feel that these different classes are going to have lots of abilities to choose from, because they're only having 3 that I understand. If I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments. Next, Call of Duty Ghosts. I am not impressed at all about this. I mean, the first trailer, the Masks trailer, was just god-awful, and I did not care for it at all. And then they released more trailers, and I just laughed so hard because it just doesn't look interesting at all. It reminds me a lot about Modern Warfare 3 because they have current weaponry, like modern weapons, but they're in the future. So why even bother having them in the future? So maybe it's a continuation, but with a different story. I have no idea. It's Call of Duty, so it's probably going to be the same, and they're going to end up getting a ton of money. The only cool thing I saw about this is the ability to play as Riley the dog. I'm not sure if you can play it. It looked like you could when they showed the video of it, because the person playing was in third-person view of Riley, and it looked like he was moving his thumbs with the controller. So that's kind of interesting in my opinion, because you can actually use dogs as like a tool with your mic or with your camera and tell them commands. So that's pretty cool, I think. But the complete other thing that I'm totally going to buy is Battlefield 4, and they showed more stuff. Beforehand, like a couple months ago, they showed a campaign thing where they showed like a 60-second video and then a 17-minute video or something like that, and it was just so cool. Like how much stuff they had in that one single video was amazing. And then they revealed the multiplayer trailer reveal thing for this, or gameplay for the multiplayer, and it was so cool. I mean, probably my favorite part was when that huge skyscraper collapsed, and you're probably saying, well, buildings fall all the time in Battlefield 3, what's the difference? The difference is that in Battlefield 3, they have like little small shacks below up, or water towers that aren't that tall. This is a huge building that had an elevator, that had you an underground basement area with tanks and cars and everything, and basically it just fell and killed people, and that was pretty badass in my opinion. The beta, though, is scheduled to come out in fall of 2013, and Battlefield Premium members will get the beta early or for free, something like that. I think that's pretty cool. I saw tons of other videos about this, so I decided to inform you guys in case you did not see it already. Next, I'm going to talk about some other games that maybe you're not really interested in. I saved this for last, for things that I'm interested in that I probably won't be able to get, but you never know, maybe I'll get it. The first thing is the new Star Wars Battlefront. That they had a very small trailer, but it was so cool. I'm happy that they actually showed the name without confusing us. I mean, you could kind of tell it had to do something with like space or something, because the guy was on that ice mountain. It's probably I'm playing it. I'm tired, sorry guys, but it looked really cool. And then it had that big Star Wars Battlefront logo, and I was so happy. I mean, I just can't wait for that to come out. I remember when I was playing that at my friend's house on the PlayStation 2, and I had so much fun. I wonder if there's going to be a campaign or a multiplayer to this, because that would be amazing. I understand like they had a slight campaign in the previous one, and they had kind of multiplayer. I don't really remember that well, but I think they had a multiplayer type of thing, and it was pretty fun in my opinion. So I remember that. The next game is Super Smash Bros., the newest one that's going to be coming out later. I have no idea when, but it will be coming out on the Wii U and 3DS. If I had a 3DS, I still would not get it for the 3DS because the graphics on like a handheld just don't appeal to me with that kind of game. But I'm excited for this because I played Melee and Brawl before, and they were both super fun games, and I just can't wait for that. The only thing is that, like, what characters are going to be there, because I haven't been catching up with all my Nintendo stuff. I mean, of course they're going to have, like, characters with Mario, Link, Donkey Kong, a Pokemon, and Kirby, of course, but what about those other characters from newer Nintendo games that they came out with? I mean, I don't know, because Japan has something going on over there. But, yeah, so that's basically it for the E3 video that I wanted to show you guys. Links to trailers and other videos are in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.